to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a four-word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a four-word member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your four-word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership. Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Welcome to Monday evening. That is Monday, May 6th, to be exact, and to the start of a new Love and Life week. My hope is that all is coming along well with you and yours. Family, listen, there is so much going on these days. When I say it, I mean it. You hear me? I hope that all is coming along well with you and yours. I am extending my gratitude to Atlanta, Georgia for a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. And to the Will Downing crew for a wonderful show. Always a pleasure and a privilege. Family, listen. I had a ball. Okay. I had a ball. And I'm looking forward to my next visit. You know I am. You know I am. Family, if you are joining us by way of socials, let us know. Let us know by sharing a comment. And if not, give us a call. You can do so by dialing 215-634-8065. You can call us toll free. You can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. I tell you all the time, Nick and I, we just love any way you care to share some love. Show us some love. We'll take it. We'll take it. So family, it's time for our Black History 365 moment. Yes, it is. Today's Black History 365 moment is about Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou stopped celebrating her birthday for multiple years since Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s death. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on April 4th of 1968, which is also Maya Angelou's birthday. She stopped celebrating her birthday for years afterward and sent flowers to Dr. King's widow, Coretta Scott King, for more than 30 years until Coretta Scott King's death in 2006. Family, that is today's Black History 365 moment. I want to take some time to acknowledge some of our family members who are checking in. Nasir, I see you. Hey there. Nasir Butler is sending peace and blessings to everybody, and you know we're sending them right back to you. As is Malcolm. Hey there, Malcolm. He's watching and listening from West Mount Airy. That's Malcolm White. And Willie Matthew Williams down there in the South. He's sending love to the entire family and wishing a happy Monday. Now, y'all know I'm nosy. Y'all know I want to know what you did on the weekend. You know, I ask you every single Monday how your weekend was and what you did. Y'all can't just say hi. You got to say, guess what, Carol? This is what I did. You know I want to know. I actually want to take this time to also wish a happy birthday to all of our love lights who are celebrating a birthday. You know, your family here is sending you celebratory love and hugs. And I am personally sending extra love and hugs to you if your light is shining even the least bit dimly today. On behalf of your entire tribe and village right here, just so that you know that you are not alone. You hear me? And that you've got support. You've got us right here. You know you do. We are right here. Hey there, Tony Brown. Tony is checking in. So good to see you as well. Family, I've got something to share with you. Yes, I do. Join Word Radio, Diverse Force, and P4 Hub for a special Philly Tech Week event hosted by our Love Light Tech Life staff on Wednesday, May 8th. Artificial Intelligence, Black Realities is a tech networking event and live broadcast taking place from 6 to 9 p.m. at P4 Hub, located at 4537 Wayne Avenue, Suite 202 in Philadelphia. This conversation will examine the impact of AI on Black communities and will explore what opportunities and challenges this technology presents. Join us for networking, food, and fun during one of the country's longest running tech festivals. You do have to register for this event, though. Simply go to wordradio.com/tech week to reserve your free tickets. That's right. This event is part of Philly Tech Week and is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, and the Pennsylvania Lottery. All right, family, let's get started. We have a beautiful love light in this hour. Her name is Angela Nutter, and she is the founder, director, president, and co-organizer of Doylestown Juneteenth, yes, which is an annual Juneteenth celebration that takes place in Doylestown, PA. The event will take place on June 15th this year from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. And Angela is here to tell us all about it. So, family, without further ado, I welcome you to the conversation with none other than Angela Nutter. Hi there, beautiful.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to have you here and to have you share with us about this event. When I was reading, I have to be honest with you, family, when I was reading about it, first of all, each year I'm trying to do more in recognition of Juneteenth. So I'm always happy to see more and more things taking place and more to raise more awareness. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you wouldn't mind telling our family just a little bit about you, from where you come, all that good stuff.
Well, I wound up here kind of by default. This is where my mother grew up. We came here when back in the early 80s, just looking for more economic opportunity, looking for better school opportunities than where we had lived before. I grew up primarily in the Midwest and then in the South, where my dad is from originally before we moved back here.
Okay.
So that's how I wound up here. If anybody is familiar with Bucks County, particularly Central Bucks County, it is not a very diverse community.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was kind of a culture shock moving back here. As a young kid, we kind of were thrown into the what's the expression about the being thrown into the fire pan, the fire.
Yes.
Yes,
From the frying pan into the fire.
yes. So, um, that's how we wound up here, though. It was, just trying to find better opportunities as a family.
Sure. I understand that. So you said from where did you all come?
Well, my dad is originally from Lexington, Kentucky, so that's where a lot of my formative years were before we came back here. Unfortunately, the economy being what it was, jobs and his work as a self-employed mason, it wasn't happening there, and there was it's a more stable economy here, so that's why we wound up in this area.
So it's interesting to me that you would say that there was kind of like culture shock. I know nothing about Kentucky, so please, I'm going to ask you now to excuse my ignorance. But I would think, and family, just me, I would think that there would be similarities in the lack of diversity. I would you help me with that?
Um, Not that I noticed.
Okay.
He grew up around Lexington, Georgetown area. Um,
Lexington. Yeah.
Around that time, it was still fairly rural outside of Lexington proper.
Mhm.
My dad's a country boy. He has a huge family. So, we were surrounded by family there. I didn't know any different.
Okay.
Um, and maybe it didn't seem, it was definitely different there. We did not notice that we were different until we moved.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel like there are different dynamics in the South than in the Northeast for sure. Um,
Sure. You
so
know what? You did say Kentucky. Family, forgive me. Forgive me. You said Kentucky. I don't ask me what I was thinking. I think I was thinking. Don't ask me what I was thinking. When as soon as you said Lexington, I said she did say Lexington. So I'm back. I'm back, family. I'm back. I s- don't know where I went, Angela. So forgive me. But
it's okay.
so that makes sense to me. That makes absolute sense to me. So now, at what age were you when you came to Bucks County?
Um, I was just shy of 8 years old. Um,
Oh,
so like elementary school aged. Like I said, so we went right into elementary school, and it was very much a culture shock. But this area is renowned for its stellar school system. So,
yeah.
and that's really what a lot of my parents' decision was based on. They thought that we would be getting a good education if we moved back here. We got a rude awakening more so.
Okay.
I can remember, and I've written about it. A formative memory I had was in second or third grade. Somebody came up to me and asked me, "Are you a fill in the blank?" I'm pretty sure you know.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Um, and the word, it was passed around a lot. And this is young elementary school age children. This is something I've never experienced before. It was a very different dynamic. So it was very isolating for
Sure.
us as a family, for my brother and I as young school children. Um,
Y-
that's something that had carried on throughout our school career. And, it kind of that laid the foundation for what I wanted to do as I got older, as far as doing these culturally relevant community events.
You know, Angela, if I might just go back a few moments ago when you were sharing about that experience, how did your parents handle that?
They
How did,
talked they talked to school administration. It was not dealt with. Again, we're talking
okay,
about the 80s in a still
right.
fairly rural community here that's not at all diverse. We were the only brown people in the community. Um,
Sure.
so, of course, it was not taken seriously.
Mhm.
And it was just a theme that repeated itself throughout our school career, to the point where we moved schools. We tried private schools. Eventually, we homeschooled because it was just untenable to be in the system.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
there was no support, on an administrative level. Um, it just was not what my parents had hoped for.
Hmm.
Um, for us as children, I can say, even as on a professional level, my father, he's self employed, had his own construction business. And he ran into a lot of the same thing. People did not take him seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Assumed he was the laborer when he would show up for jobs. Um, he had different encounters, just, going onto people's property. So, it was that all plays into it being very much a culture shock, not at all what we thought would be coming to this community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's fast forward. I want to talk about Doylestown Juneteenth. From when? Well, I should say when. When did you birth this brainchild? When did this come about?
So that's something that kind of came about when it was a national recognition of the holiday in 2021.
Okay.
Um, Doylestown made a proclamation that they were going to declare June 19th, Doylestown Juneteenth, Freedom Day, or some kind of, I don't remember the exact terminology. So I
Okay.
reached out to Doylestown, to the township leadership, just to find out, well, what does this proclamation mean? Is there any meat behind this, or is this just words? And
Exactly.
nobody could give me a satisfactory answer. And at that point, um, I just felt like it needed to be appropriately represented. Um, I mean, if you're going to put the words out there, there should be something to back them up, some information, education, context, and
Absolutely.
there was none of that. So it just felt like a very empty gesture. So over the course of the next year, I really started to reach out to other people that I've met in the community who were doing things, and see if we could put together an event that had some actual substance to it.
Okay. Okay. How about I appreciate that? Again, like I said, I, I, f- I feel a huge sense of gratitude that we are now recognizing Juneteenth in the way that we are. So kudos to you for pushing forward. Kudos to you for actually asking some questions and finding out that, there was really not much to this and doing something about it. So you said I'm curious to know, did you receive much pushback when you were inquiring and began to put forth effort to make it something real?
Surprisingly, no. Every, I'd say 90% of the interactions I've had have been very positive.
Good.
Um, in the 30 years since I left the school system, this community has changed. Not a whole lot, but but it has changed a little bit, and um, it was very important for me to be able to create something with other community members that had relevance and that gave people a feeling of being represented.
Sure.
Um, my kids, they're now almost through high school, but they tell me that the face of the student body has changed, and these young people, they need to see themselves in the community, represented in a positive manner.
Mm, absolutely, we do. Absolutely, they do. So, what can we expect at the Juneteenth celebration?
Well, this year our theme is getting back to our roots. The last couple of years we were pretty heavy on programming,
Okay.
because again of the nature of the community. Education is kind of the bedrock of the experience. So we really try to bring in speakers who can speak to the historical relevance of the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just different authors who have spoken about just Black history here in Bucks County, that has relevance too, and it's not often talked about. It's not something that we learn about in the schools. Even we're trying to get more of that information more widely known.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so This year, we do still have the education aspect that will always be there because of the community we're in. We feel like context is very important. We don't want people just coming here thinking it's a barbecue.
Yeah.
You
Thank
need
you.
to know
Of course.
what the event is about. So we have some interactive things. There are a couple local church congregations who facilitate interactive pieces, and it's really to slow people down to learn about the history of the event, to discuss it, and to kind of sit with it for a while, and make sure they take something away from it. In addition to that, this year we are focusing on community health. That's something that's really important, and I feel after the past 4 or 5 years, the community is hurting. We've had a huge toll physically, emotionally, mentally, and that's something that we really need to address. So to that end, we have some medical professionals that are coming in, whether they're cancer doctors, some therapists, our local hospital will be representing as well with just some information about preventive care. We're really, really trying to advocate for that and people taking care of themselves.
You know what? I appreciate that. I truly do. Because, in this space, we talk about it all the time about taking care of ourselves and one another. So I appreciate that. Are you, are there vendors that are welcome at this event, or will there be
Yes,
vendors? Are you looking for vendors, or?
we are always looking for vendors. Yes, so we
Okay.
will have vendors. We have a nice little marketplace. So the grounds that is being held on, it's unique in that it's on the property of the Mercer Museum here in Doylestown. If anybody were to Google it, it looks like this big, strange concrete castle.
Oh, wow.
It's very unique, but there is a beautiful green, like a small field that we can set up in. There's like a grove where we put some tables so you can eat under the trees in the shade.
Nice.
We have a nice little selection of food vendors that will be there. And then, of course, the marketplace. We really
Okay.
encourage local or small Black businesses. A lot of artists and crafters will be there. We're really trying to lift people up and bring people out of the shadows.
I appreciate that. That's right, family. Let's come out of the shadows. It is time for us to take a commercial break. Family, the phone lines are always open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. When we come back, we're going to the phone lines and then to our socials. Stay with us because we're coming right back.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Are you looking for a Black-owned business in the greater Philadelphia region? Katika.us, that's Katika, is an online directory showcasing everything from restaurants, barbershops, and beauty salons to attorneys, accountants, and contractors. Katika's mission is to accelerate equality for the Black community by connecting Black businesses with conscious consumers. If you're looking for a business, you can easily search for one in your area. And if you are a Black-owned biz, you can list your business on the platform for free. Katika also hosts interactive community events like Black History Tours or wine tastings to engage and build community all across the city of Philadelphia. Let's all do what we can to support the businesses in our own backyards by visiting Katika.us. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
This Mother's Day, join CARE in honoring the resilience of mothers around the world. In Sierra Leone, facing one of the world's highest maternal mortality rates, one nurse named Zainab has not lost a single mother. Supported by CARE's work, Zainab's clinic has become a beacon of hope in her community. Zainab's spirit extends to CARE's work worldwide, aiming to ensure every mother's safety during childbirth. Learn more at care.org/Mother's Day.
Tune into Word Radio this Thursday at 10 a.m. for City Council Live, hosted by Ernest Owens. Join conversations that matter to your community with your local City Council members.
Long nose, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, welcome back, family. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Angela Nutter in this hour, and she is the founder, director, president, and co-organizer of Doylestown Juneteenth. She's here to talk with us all about it, but as I shared before the commercial break, we're going to take a moment to go to our phone lines because we have a family member that is waiting to join the conversation. Hello there, and thank you for calling.
Carol.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, ma'am. I'm glad to have you on the show. Hello to everyone. You can't tell the story about Ma Angelou unless you tell the story about Lawrence Dunbar. I think it was him that wrote Why the Cage Birds Sing. And I asked your guest there and asked you, why do the cage birds sing? No,
Ron, please tell us.
Okay. The reason the cage birds sing, if God made that bird to sing, it's going to do what God made it to sing in the house in a cage or whatever. It's just like the nightingale. Why do the nightingale sing? Well, if the Almighty God created that bird to sing at night, that's exactly what you're going to do. And I didn't know that Dr. Angelo used to send Coretta Scott King, condolence quite often, flowers like that. And it's one beautiful thing, words that Dr. King said about his wife, and Mrs. Abernathy. And one time he was making a speech, he said, on the podium with me tonight is my beloved wife, Coretta Scott King. I want to thank her for being here. And Reverend Abernathy and his wonderful wife, Mrs. Abernathy. He said, I think of my death, and I don't think of my death in any more of a sense, but what is I want to settle with me when I have to meet my day? Well, if you get somebody to commit to eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Tell them not to mention I have a Nobel Peace Prize or 3 or 4 other 100 awards. So if you want to say that I was a drum major, I was a drum major in the Army for Justice and for Peace, and I'll cut it short because of time. And that's what it is, what we do in life. And I just want to thank the people that got in touch with the corporation, Philadelphia Corporation, for the agent. And the person that called me back, not as a privileged character, but certainly I was bringing something to their attention by me being a taxpayer, not to make a speech.
Mm-hmm.
It's federally funded. Anytime it's federally funded, and I certainly can ask for upper management not to be over no one. And I said with the protocols, I think we resolved that. And if I make a choice to go there, then I will be allotted something to say about love and life. And that's what it's all about. And I'll go as far to say this, not being creative, but only being factual. And it's just ironic what Philadelphia Corporation does for the elders on this program, Love and Life, that they call the elders, call this program looking for some assistance or either to be a comforter. And the host of this program, with Malcolm and all the other infrastructure guys in the background, that's what it's about with the elders. And I'm glad that they can look for this time for whom it may concern to call here on Love and Life. And that's what I wanted to talk about, because it all works in conjunction.
Mm-hmm.
Given like Carol didn't summon anyone. She asked and put information out there. It was the elders that came down, Ted Lee Temple looking for her, in the Love and Life family, and that's what it's all about. We're not competing against anyone. And I got a little emotional the other day when I talked. And I know there's a protocol. I stay with the protocol, but it's always good to spread good news in this life. And that's why the Love and Life and WRD, it will hopefully, it will never go away. Because when you call Love and Life, you go into Cal and you text her and market them her. That goes into her database. Long after this program is going on, 100 years from now, you will be in the database of Love and Life. And what is life is beautiful, but even the love that comes with it, y'all use love. I like to use caring. And this love is caring. That's what it's all about. Man, may you be blessed with what you do. And I hope, tell Mr. Brooks, I'm glad that y'all are on tour in this tedious time, because the way the world looks today, with wars and rumors of wars, we don't know what's going to take. But continue to sing. And thank you, everyone in Love and Life. And remember this, love thyself. You're commanded to do that. Then love thy neighbors. You love thyself. That's the gift of life. When you do that, something will happen in your life when the dark clouds hang low. This is not over. It's a spiritual journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you as always. Thank you so much for pouring into us. Really, truly, thank you. As shared, I did say we will go to our socials. I will look at this. My cousin is checking in from Norfolk, Virginia. Hey, cuz, she shares. That's Wanda Epps Goodman. Hey, cuz. Eric shares, good evening, Angela Nutter. I love that statement. She said, is there any meat behind this? He writes, you were serious. Well done for setting the wheels in motion. And Nia Imani shares, yes. Hi, Miss Angela. Hey, hi, beautiful. Our love light. Hi. So you were sharing with us about the venue. You shared that the event will take place at Mercer Museum. Why was Mercer Museum the venue of choice?
Well, that is also tied into the Bucks County Historical Society.
Okay.
That kind of was, it felt like that would be a good fit just because they are really interested in unearthing all of the history of the community. Since 2020, they have been fairly intentional in revisiting their exhibits. A lot of them, they, for anybody who doesn't know, I guess I have to start from there. The museum was curated by this eccentric dude who lived here in Central Bucks. He traveled all over the world. He collected artifacts, pieces of things that were of interest, and he put them in this giant castle. This was back 100 years ago. Since then, the way we look at things, it's become a little more enlightened. So, the museum has been really intentional in looking at how they are displaying these things. Is it appropriate to, or what context needs to be provided with the exhibits? Because frankly, some of them are really offensive. But they were the norm for the time, so it really sparked a lot of good conversation. They invited people from a lot of different communities to weigh in on this and to give more information and more context about the pieces, maybe, from a cultural standpoint. So, just their intentional mindset as a organization, that's something that was really appealing to myself and my co-organizers, and they've been amazing as far as a host property.
I'm glad you just said that. I was just about to ask you, because I did share with our family members that you are a co-organizer of Doylestown Juneteenth. Is there a council or a board or?
Well, we kind of go under a group called the African Diaspora Collective of Bucks County. So within that, it's a group of some folks that run their own individual nonprofits. It's just some community members. And we all kind of came together. Like I said, when I started this journey, I just reached out to people that I saw were doing things in the community. So 2020, it was a really contentious, painful time for a lot of people. The summer in particular. And, there were a few folks I saw in the Bucks County area who were doing things. One of them is a leader of the group called the Bucks County Anti-Racism Coalition. His name's Kevin. He's a really cool guy. He's very artistic, and he's kind of our creative mind.
Okay.
And then we have a woman, she was running for a school board seat in a neighboring school district. Her name's Adrienne. She's just a powerhouse. I don't know what else to say. She does stuff. She just gets stuff done. And I really loved her energy. So those were two people that I approached right off the bat. And between the three of us, we kind of put this thing together over the last couple of years. Now this year we've recruited a couple more folks, a local educator and a woman I know who works in the nonprofit sector like I do. And I kind of knew her from that work. So between us, we're just trying to make it into something that really encompasses all that we want it to.
Well, you are making it happen, quite honestly, because here we are talking about this event. But I'm curious to know, so the reality is that you could easily walk away or could have easily walked away, but you said no. I need to raise awareness here. I need to address the underrepresentation. Why was it as important to you to do so?
Just from lived experience. I mean, living here for the past 40 odd years, I know what my experience has been. I don't want anyone else to feel that. And as I said, the face of the community is slowly changing, and I want people to know that there is something that represents them as a community. Also, I feel that it is important that we show the many faces of the Black community. We are multifaceted, and I want that to be shown. So, for us, this was kind of like the first year, I think we really approached it from like the standpoint of, here we are in your face, love it or not, but we are here. And since then, we kind of toned down our message a little and tailored it more. But, really, we just, we want to bring everybody out of the shadows, like I had said before, and just want the spotlight to be on all the different flavors of the community.
I love it. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, first of all, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Angela Nutter. She is the founder, director, president, and co-organizer of Doylestown Juneteenth. That's right. That is an annual Juneteenth celebration that takes place in Doylestown, PA. The event will take place this year on June 15th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Mercer Museum, which is located at 84 South Pine Street in Doylestown. I can't, say kudos enough. I really can't, because I've shared with you how much it means to me that we are becoming more and more aware, and that we are actually sharing the knowledge of our history. For so long, I had only heard a little bit of Juneteenth just growing up. It wasn't a real conversation for so long. It wasn't a real conversation, but now it is more than a conversation. And that makes me feel so good, because it feels like we are really, really owning our history. We're owning our past. We're sharing it. We're living it. We're finally beginning to share it with our babies who need to know. They need to know. So family, I know you want to know more about it. I know you want to know how you can find out more information about it. Angela, will you tell us how we can find out more information?
Well, if you go right now, most of our information is online on social media. So if you go to Instagram, it's African Diaspora Bucks, or on Facebook, we have the African Diaspora Collective of Bucks County. There's information on both of those pages.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Family, did you get that? I want you to let me know if you did or did not get that so I can make sure we get this information to you so that you can come. In a moment, we're going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, Angela's going to break down again for us what the event will entail. And she did say there's still time for vendors. You did say that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, she said there is still time for vendors. So if in fact you have an interest in being or becoming a vendor, well, guess what? She's going to tell you how to do that too. What we're going to do right now is take a short commercial break, but you know the phone lines are always open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. Whatever you do, though, stay with us because we are coming right back.
Posigen believes solar energy should be accessible and affordable for all. They are proud to support Word Radio and to be a part of their efforts to reduce environmental injustice that have impacted Black communities for far too long. Learn more at Posigen.com. Posigen.com.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. It's the month of May. I have a question. Come on now, take note. Did you register to vote during the primary? I say, did you register to vote? If you did, stand with the crowd. Yes, I voted, and I will say it loud. You don't have to fret. Just take a deep breath. June, July, August, September. Watch it now. In a minute, it's going to be November. I say, watch it and remember, it's going to be November. Oh, the summertime will fool you. This you must remember. October, November. It's time to take note. Tuesday, November the 5th. It's time to vote. I say Tuesday, November the 5th. It's time to vote. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy, and say it with me. Tuesday, November the 5th. It's time to vote.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4-Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4-Word member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4-Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And we are back. Welcome back to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with Angela Nutter in this hour. She is the founder, director, president, and co-organizer of Doylestown Juneteenth, which will take place this year on June 15th. From 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Mercer Museum. I was sharing before the commercial break that when we came back, I was going to ask Angela if she wouldn't mind breaking down for us once again what the day will entail. Can you share with us what we have to look forward to on that date?
Well, I'm hoping to start the day out. Usually we try to have just like a little opening ceremony of sorts. So like last year we had done it on a Sunday. So we had our local church, Second Baptist of Doylestown. They came in and they had church. It was like a revival under the tent. And that was a really nice way to start out the day. Because it's a Saturday this year, I'm hoping that we can do something that aligns with our theme of health and wellness. So maybe we'll do yoga under the tent instead of church this year. So we would welcome anybody to come and get their stretch on.
That's right.
And then we just have a couple of programming pieces. So we'll have a local author who is going to talk about some Black history here in Doylestown. Her name is Pat Mervine, and she is associated with the African American Museum of Bucks County. This is a new museum.
I was about to say, I had no idea that one existed.
There has been, but it's been a mobile museum. They are actually working on the property right now. I would encourage anybody to Google this. Its home base is in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. So that's like more towards Lower Bucks. But so they have a wealth of information. They have all kinds of artifacts. They have really great history, but they're bringing some of the history to us this year. So they will have a display, and also the author will be there speaking about a book that she's written. And then we have some doctors and therapists that will be talking later in the day, just about some preventive health, some health care, providing resources for people. And then we'll have our vendors marketplace. We're going to have a lot of community organizations there, just to help people find resources that maybe they are having trouble finding.
Sure. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interjected.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. I almost forgot our host, the Mercer Museum. They are also opening their doors free of admission that day. So in addition to the celebration, you can also take a tour of the museum if you're interested in seeing what it looks like inside that big old castle.
We are. We are, Angela.
Yeah.
We want to know all about the exhibits. We want to know, will there be a tour? Will there be a guide? Or
Yeah, that I'm not sure. It may be self-guided, but you can spend as little or as long as you like in there. It is definitely unique.
And is there a registration process for the event itself, or do we just come? Do we just come to
Yes,
the event?
please, just come. I would definitely recommend anybody look on our socials for more information, just about parking. We have some shuttle buses that will be running. We are very close to the SEPTA R5 line. If anybody feels like coming out from the town, from the city, we are right there, like within walking distance of the train station.
See, that's good to know.
Yeah. So we're really just hoping to have a nice community day. We'll have music throughout the day. If I can get anyone else to dance, we may have some dancing too. That's always part of it.
Angela said, if I can get anybody to dance. Do you like to dance, Angela?
I do.
Okay.
It's hard, especially when you're hosting. You're usually running around not dancing so much.
Well, we are all looking forward to Doylestown Juneteenth. I can't say enough, or express my gratitude to you and the African diaspora collective, because I cannot express my gratitude enough for you all, for your diligence, and to you, quite honestly. I mean, you're wearing so many hats as the founder, director, the president, and co-organizer. So you went out and you went and said, okay, I'm interested in having you, will you join me? Just your diligence. Thank you for that. It's necessary and it's appreciated. Know that it truly is. If no one else tells you that, I'm telling you that right now, that I appreciate your diligence and what you all are doing. So thank you. I do want to share, Malcolm shares Welcome, Angela. Malcolm White shares welcome.
Yeah.
And one of our love lights, Diana Montague, she shares peace and love to everybody. That's what it's all about. That's exactly what it's all about. Well, you know what? One thing I did not ask, because I'm curious to know, will anyone talk about the history of Juneteenth, how it came to be?
I don't know if anybody's going to specifically touch on that this year. That was something that we talked about last year. We had a couple of speakers who talked about that last year. I mean, we do have a lot of information readily available there at the event. But like I said, I don't know that it's really on anybody's agenda to speak on it this year. Usually we do read the proclamation. I feel like that's important for starting the day. We do read the proclamation that that started it all off.
Absolutely.
Um,
I appreciate that. How about that? Family, so there you have it. There you have it. Doylestown Juneteenth will take place on June 15th this year from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Mercer Museum, which is located at 84 South Pine Street in Doylestown, PA. It sounds like a great time. It sounds like a very well. Listen, anytime that we can all get together in a peaceful, positive environment, and you're talking about yoga too. You're speaking my language. My language. You know, when you're talking about peace and serenity, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. One of our love lights is joining us, Miss Rosalind Allen. Hi there, love light. Just so happy to have you join us as always. She shares, welcome, Angela. What a phenomenal story. She said, I missed some of it, but it seems incredible. Keep up the great work. We love you unconditionally and make all of your dreams come true and be successful. I love, 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 love you, Miss Rosalind. Thank you so much, Angela. Will you come to visit with us again?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we hope you will. We hope you will. I hope to see you there dancing at Doylestown Juneteenth. Listen, I'm going to check the socials. I'm going to see if they have any video of you.
Please do. You can see what else we've been up to. We keep busy.
Oh, so you know what? Well, here that's the other part of it too, because my understanding was that this was the only event. So before you leave us, please tell us. You can't leave us and not tell us what else we have to look forward to, Angela.
Yeah, I threw something else in there this year. So I just wrapped up Bucks Culture Fest. So this is kind of like a broader scope of representation. And so that was just featuring the different cultures that make up our county. Again, it's like bringing people to light. So this was on the 28th at Bucks County Community College in Newtown. And it was just a really beautiful day. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it, but my kids ran the show and they, from all accounts, did a good job of running the show. But we had, communities from all over representing there. So it was just really a nice international, multicultural day, full of music, food, a lot of entertainment. And that's something that we hope to build on too. We really want to bring everybody out and just celebrate us for our differences and also be able to find more common ground. That's really what I hope to do with both the celebrations. I mean, definitely Juneteenth. That's always going to be close to my heart because that's kind of what got everything started. But Books Culture Fest is the other event that we do as far as a large public event. Other than that, our respective organizations do things throughout the year. If it's celebrating Black History Month, Adrienne also, she often has a lot of things that she does through her nonprofit, which is the Pair Up Society. That focuses a lot on education advocacy up here in the Bucks County communities. And then, we have things that go on, local theaters. We have screenings and community conversations. It's just really about trying to open up communication and dispel a lot of misconceptions about people.
Angela, I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle. I'm saying goodbye. And Angela says, we do this and this and this. What? Angela. But no, I really am happy that you did share that with us, because we need to know all of that. We want to be a part of the fabric. You know, we need to know all of that. We've got roots, you know, all over. So, but now the Bucks County Culture Fest, when did that take place?
That was on the 28th.
Okay. So we have that to look forward to next year.
Absolutely.
Okay. See, we've got calendars. We're going to put this stuff in our calendars. Okay. Angela, it's been a pleasure and a privilege. And I look forward to you coming back. I look forward to seeing you dance on Doylestown Juneteenth, all that good stuff. Family, listen, it's time for a commercial break. You know it is. But stay with us, okay? Because we've got more good stuff in the second hour of the show tonight. We will be right back. Take care, Angela.
Thank you.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed on Evening Words.
Senator Lori Berman is a lifelong Democrat who's fought hard for progressive values. On the day that the Dodd decision came, on the day that essentially Roe v. Wade was overturned, what was happening in your office and in your workspace as that decision came down the pipe?
Yeah, I have been in the Florida legislature now for 14 years, and it was during the summer when Roe v. Wade was overturned, so we were not in the legislative session. But I remember being so sad and so disappointed to hear that it had been overturned. I was not totally surprised, unfortunately, because the way the court had been stacked. We had been anticipating something like this. And we knew that Florida and many other states were going to also make it harder for people to get abortions because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe v. Wade was really the one thing that was stopping all these states from having very, very restrictive abortion laws, and now that's exactly what happened.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds from Evening Words on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey there, this is Tech Life Steph, and I want you to join me for a special Philly Tech Week event hosted by Word Radio, Diverse Force, and P4 Hub. On Wednesday, May 8th, I'll be moderating a conversation called Artificial Intelligence, Black Realities. This panel and tech networking event are taking place from 6 to 9 p.m. at P4 Hub, 4537 Wayne Avenue, Suite 202 in Philadelphia. We'll examine the impact of AI on Black communities and explore what opportunities and challenges this technology presents. We'll focus on how AI can reinforce systemic racism, but also how AI literacy can empower us as a community. You do have to register for this event. Go to wordradio.com/techweek to reserve your free tickets. This event is a part of Philly Tech Week and brought to you by Comcast, Pico, and the Pennsylvania Lottery. Hope to see you there.
Every day, thousands of Comcast engineers and technologists like Oluseyi put people at the heart of everything they create.
Some of my favorite moments throughout my life are watching sports with my dad. Now I work at Comcast as part of the team that created our AI highlight technology, which uses AI to detect the major plays in a sports game.
And now, millions of sports fans will never miss a moment. Visit ComcastCorporation.com to learn more.
Donors choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
Did you know that every year, public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money for student supplies? Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. And that's just not right. At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your help. Here's what you can do. Go to donorschoose.org and choose from teachers' requests that support reading, math, science, history, and more. Once the request is funded, we'll take care of shipping everything directly to the teacher. It's that easy. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers and a report of how every dollar was spent. Teachers' needs have never been greater. Learn more at donorschoose.org.
Donors choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
Stay connected on the go with the new and improved Word Radio app. Search Word Radio in your app store. Stream every show with increased clarity. Easily access Word TV, EcoWord, and Livelihood. Start or renew your 4-word membership and buy Word swag. Remember, Black Media Matters. Get the new and improved Word Radio app today. Available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. We are the home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Here we are. It's Monday, May 6th. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I keep saying it. I can't believe we're in May. That's the first thing. And it's the 6th already. I feel like we're at the middle of the month. Am I rushing it? Probably. Probably. In any event, we have an amazing guest in this hour, but our guest is having a technical issue at the moment. So I'm going to take this time to talk to you until we rectify that issue. I want to talk to you. I want to find out what's going on with you. What's going on with you? What's going on for you? Share with me about what's happening these days. I was saying earlier that there's so much going on. In the beginning of the show, I said, family, there's so much going on. I must have talked to about 4 people today who were talking with me. They were just sharing, just expressing. But all 4 of them shared with me things that were taking place that are bothering them, that, you know, that are going on, things that are just going on. And I must say, there is a lot going on. I was sharing that I was working outside of Philadelphia this weekend, but I read some of the headlines and I saw we had a lot. Family, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What are we doing? What is going on? What is going on? I did have some headlines that I wanted to talk with you all about, but you know what? I don't want to make you any heavier than you are. Our love light in this hour, she is going to come into the room in a matter of seconds. Y'all know I was ready. I was ready to talk about everything going on. Nick, you felt it, didn't you? You felt it. Didn't you feel it?
Yeah, I can feel something coming.
Yeah, I know you did. But guess what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because Shell is going to come and talk with us in just a moment, okay? Our guest in this hour is Shell Galore, and she brought me back. She reeled me back in, y'all. I was about to talk about all this stuff going on in the world, all this stuff going on in Philly, but it's all right because Shell is here. So it's time to talk about some other things, okay? Shell Galore is the owner and founder of Galore X Studio, a natural permanent makeup, medical tattooing, Botox injection services, and skilled training academy located in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I cannot wait to have this conversation because I know nothing about any of this, nothing. So I cannot wait to be educated, okay? Galore X Studio has been recognized by magazines, radio stations, the news, as well as multiple other media outlets for all the work that they do, okay? So get ready for this conversation, y'all. I invite you to the conversation with none other than Shell Galore. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I will not complain. I was about to go down the rabbit hole before you logged in, though, Shell. I was ready. I know the family said, "Oh, here goes Carol again." I was about to talk about everything going on in the world, but you know what? Here you are, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation. An hour goes by so fast.
Yes.
So, welcome. Yes, welcome. This is a world unknown to me, a world completely and totally unknown to me. So I cannot wait to have you educate me, let alone the family. But please share with us, like, from where you come. Are you from Dallas, the Dallas Fort Worth area, or from where do you come?
So I am from Texas. I was, however, born and raised in Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. And I was an Army child, so we moved around a lot. But for the most part, I've been here all my life being raised.
Wow. I love Dallas. I was actually going to move there at one point in time.
Okay. It's definitely different from up north.
It sure
Down here, down
is.
south. It's different.
It is. But you know what? I appreciate the differences. I really
Yes.
do. Yeah, I appreciate the differences. So, okay, Shell, I was sharing with our family a few things, a few of the services that you all provide.
Yes.
Can you please educate me on what natural permanent makeup is? That's the first question, right?
Okay. So I specialize in natural permanent makeup, like your tattooed brows, your lips. Usually when people think brows, we're thinking 90s, super dark, maybe one little line. They refer to it being microblading. But what I do is not consider microblading, but that's what everybody associates it for when you talk about tattooing your face. So me, I focus on the integrity of people's skin. So I do not have to oversaturate the brows. I do not have to use black on anybody, especially women of color. I do not have to use the pigment black to still give soft, natural results. And this is why a lot of people travel to me.
I love
My
it.
furthest client was Iraq and the Virgin Islands, but people travel all around the world for these brows. The lips, we do lip neutralization. So for those who have any type of melanin in their lip, maybe they're smokers or maybe they're not smokers. Some people just have melanated lips that they want to be more neutralized, a more pink, even tone. We do that for them too. And then we do scars for
Okay.
post-op scars. So anybody who's had a breast augmentation, reduction, tummy tuck, anything like that, we can
Okay.
camouflage it. And I am actually the first in the United States of this country to be able to lighten up hyperpigmented scars, which a lot of people say we cannot do. And when I say that, people are like, how did you get into that? Or what made you? Who did you train with? And I tell people, I did the legwork. I did the case studies. Way back whenever I started a few years ago, I had people, I was doing people for free and being like, hey, they understood I'm trying to make this work. So I learned, I taught myself what does work and what does not work. So I definitely consider myself an expert in that area as well with lightening up hyperpigmented scars. Now, I
No, please.
also, I know it's a lot. It's a
But
lot.
listen, I'm a sponge. I'm soaking it all up. Please do tell.
And then the topic of the hour, for the most part, is my 3D areola realism. So I service the breast cancer community on a massive scale. I'm trying to let as many people know about me as possible. Shout out to the Beard Foundation. I just tattooed out their All Things Cancer Wellness Expo out in Philadelphia this past weekend, and I took breast cancer survivors. They flew me out. It was absolutely amazing. So I focus on the realism of my areola tattoos. And so surgeons refer their patients to me or they choose to fly me out and service their patients. Either way, I have a high focus on skin integrity still with my areolas and the realism because for a lot of these people, I am their last step.
Right.
So
Wait, wait.
I end their journey.
You listen. I want to hear you say it all, but I have a question. Wait.
Go ahead.
So when you talk about tattooing the areola, are you are you replacing pigment? Is it decorative? Is it reconstructive? Is
Yeah,
it
so
what?
basically, without them having to go back under
Okay.
into surgery and maybe build a nipple, they don't have to do that. They may be done. They don't want to do surgery anymore. So they come to me and I give them an illusion of a realistic areola.
Wow.
I have work on my website. I have work on my Instagram page, which actually I had just posted some today and they look absolutely real, but Instagram kept taking it down, unfortunately, because they're like, it looks
Wait.
real. It looks real, but I can guarantee you it's flat, completely flat. I just give the illusion of protrusion, but they're flat.
Wow. You talk about black girl magic. Family, do you hear this? Do you hear this? You're amazing.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Amazing. I just like, wow. So you you are a lifesaver to so many.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, and when you said, look, I did the work. Well, no, listen,
You
I,
see
I
them?
applaud you. I applaud you
Thank
because the
you.
proof is in the pudding. Like I shared
Yes.
with our family members, you're being recognized by all types of media outlets for the inspiration that you provide, for the support you provide, and for the work that you're doing. Because they're talking about that too, how magnificent and how beautiful it is. So
Thank you.
one of our love lights, Miss Rosalind shares, she is definitely a gift from God. She said, I got a whole bunch of work to be done. When can I fly in? She said,
Thank
I'm ready
you.
right now.
Yes, come on. I'm booking for July and August. Um, Typically I do have my clients do wait for me, which I appreciate because when
Mhm.
people want something done, they want it done right then and
Yesterday,
there.
yes, yeah, I'm one of
um,
those. Yeah,
right.
but I do listen. You know, we all have that, but I do understand.
Right. So yes, you could fly in to me. I do free treatment quotes. So if you have scars, I do stretch marks too. I do burns. I did this amazing burn transformation from this client out in Florida. She had got burned when she was a little girl, and they just stretch with us as we grow. And she sought me out, and I was able to camouflage that for her and got amazing results. That's also on my website. So guys, I
Mm.
love having. Actually, too, I just like telling you guys about these huge case studies that I've done and the amazing results that I have obtained that you can find them just so you can understand them more.
Mm-hmm.
I had this lady as well. She had a breast reduction and lift, and it had got infected, and all of her scar tissue out of her breast fell out. And so almost the entire breast was scarred with hyperpigmentation. And she
Oh.
didn't know that there was even an option out there until she found me. And so after hearing her story, I took on her case, and I have it posted on my page. I don't know if I could show it on here, but I have it posted on my page. Oh, maybe I can, so y'all can
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm talking about. And this is results that I got her after only one session. I was able to lighten this up, and she is absolutely ecstatic. So let me see if y'all could see
Oh, we
it.
can see it. Can we see it? Wow. Oh my goodness, that's several shades lighter.
Yeah, and this is after one session. So I say she needs about 2 or 3 more sessions, and she's going to feel confident in a bikini again.
Wait, y'all, okay, wait, let me get myself together. Hold on, family. Family, for those of you who are just listening, for those of you who could not just see the magic that Shell just showed us, when I tell you the difference in pigment, and you said that was one session,
Yes, this was after only one.
you listen, Black girl magic right here. You hear me? We are talking with Shell Galore. She's the owner and founder of Galore X Studio. She's located in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, but y'all know that's only a flight away. Y'all know it
Right?
is, right? You know it is. 3 hours to be exact from Philly.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. But we're talking with Shell, and she's sharing with us about some amazing work that they do at Galore X Studio. Before we go any further, though, I want you to share with our family members the website because they are asking, what is
Sure.
the website?
What
What is the
is
web?
it?
Yes.
So it is galorexstudio.com, GALORE X Studio.com. You can find us on Google. I have amazing 5-star reviews from all of my clients. And you can find some on my booking website too, reviews. I'm very big on my customer service experience. Me and my team know that. I give an experience. You're not coming to just get a service. You're coming to get an experience whenever you come and you book with me. So I highlight that with you guys. You guys get an experience with me and you guys enjoy it very much.
I have to be honest. I just love your spirit. I feel it. And you said you get an experience. Yes, you do, because this is an experience. This conversation is an experience. So I believe it. I feel it. And your spirit makes me comfortable.
Good.
So I would
I
feel
get that a lot.
comfortable. Yes.
I get that a lot.
Well, it's the truth. I'm sitting here talking with you through a screen and I feel your light. So that's a wonderful thing, especially to be in this line of work. Some of our family members, they are sharing love. Harry Wim says, "Hey, Shell." And Michelle White, one of our love lights, she shares, "Good evening, everyone." And another love light, Cynthia Logan, shares, "Yes, this is real Black girl magic. She's incredible." So I love it. I love it. I love it. I just, Ms. Rosalind shares, see, she doesn't sound like she's about the money. She is making people happy and she's changing lives. That's what I'm talking about. Just to hear you talk about what you do and to talk about the process and just the positivity that I feel from you sharing that with us. That's amazing. That is so amazing. Like how did this even come about? Like,
y'all got me smiling. My jaw's hurt.
Well, you're supposed to, okay? Okay, this is love right here. This is family right here. You're supposed to.
So I've always wanted to help people. So, like I said, breast cancer ran in my family. Well, alopecia does too. So I used to do the wigs, prosthetic wigs for those who had alopecia. And so I just always I just like helping people. Look, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to just sugarcoat it or just say anything more. I love the way that it makes me feel. Like I said, I do brows. People love my brows. They be traveling all around the world. They love them, but it's nothing like people seeing me and being able to help women or men gain their confidence back. Because when they come to me, most people don't have a problem with their scars or their stretch marks, but those who do, it is an insecurity for them. And so for them, I am giving them a level of confidence back, whatever magnitude that scar meant to them in their life. So that speaks volumes for me. Like, I absolutely love doing that. I love them telling me what this does for them. Their results, every time I get done with treatment, then I'll follow up, or me and my team will follow up, be like, "Hey, send us some pictures." And then we always ask, "So what do you think of the results? Are you loving them? How does it make you feel? Where you feel now compared to before you came to us?" And they love them, and that's what we love. We absolutely love it.
Well, I'm loving this conversation. Are you kidding? So Harry is sharing. He shares, "I'm watching the Met Gala. Did you do any of these celebrities, Harry?"
At the Met Gala, I don't know. I've done some celebrities, and I've been featured on some platforms. But I've had, on some cases, I've signed NDAs, and then on some cases, they have been like their areolas. Like, I've done a lot of celebrities' areolas, because this isn't just for breast cancer survivors. Sometimes people who get breast mutations, enhancements, they also too lose their nipples, and nobody talks about that. So I have actually been flown out to also treat them as if they had a mastectomy, but they didn't. I just gave them their areolas back because they wanted to go bigger, and unfortunately they lost their areolas, which that's a topic that is not talked about. This is not just for survivors, but that's my primary clientele. But I do also get people who have had reductions, lifts, augmentations, who have lost their areolas as if they had a full mastectomy, who also seek me out for a 3D areola realism.
Well, one of our love lights shares, "I am amazed at your work." He shares, "I worked in surgery for years, and your work is better than some plastic surgeons." Seriously.
Tell them to send their people my way. So I tell surgeons, that I'm more than welcome. I always offer my service to fly out. to make myself available for their patients. As long as the state regulations allow it, I do that. Or they refer them to me, vice versa. I get both. Some fly me out, some refer people to me. So yes, if you know any surgeons that maybe need this realism tip, let me know. And I also train surgeon practices too. I've had practices fly me out to train their practice to be able to offer areola realism that look like mine.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned into Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with, I don't know, I'm going to say she's an angel. Her name is Shell Galore, and she's the owner and founder of Galore X Studio. She definitely has pixie dust in her fingers. I'll tell you that. Listen. We're talking about natural permanent makeup. We're talking about medical tattooing, Botox injection services, and a skilled training academy.
Yes.
All of which this young woman here, Miss Rosalind said, well, how old is she? Looks like a baby. I said,
I am 33.
Look at that. See that. She said she is 33.
I'm 33. 33 years old.
God, what God has for you is for you. She shares, go baby girl. You are a phenomenal Black woman.
Thank you.
There you have it. All this love. See this now? All this love.
I love this.
Well, this is your family. This is family right here.
You know what? You guys out in Philadelphia, because I believe you're based out in Philadelphia, right? You guys, I love you guys. Like, this is like, I'm used to, Texas. We have Texas Southern hospitality, and you guys have it too. Like, the love that I got from that expo, the love that I'm seeing on here, it just continues to remind me that I need to continue to allow more and more people to know about me, and what it is that I do somehow.
Yeah, well, this is a part of it. You're talking with us, and we will spread the word as well. In this moment, though, we're going to take a commercial break. But family, those phone lines are open, and I know you want to contribute to this conversation. I know you do. Feel free to also continue to contribute on our socials. Whatever you do, though, stay with us because we are coming right back.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Social media is addictive by design. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram make billions streaming lies, hate, and drugs at our kids. The Center for Countering Digital Hate is holding these companies accountable. Join us at protectingkidsonline.org.
Tune in to Eco Word Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 10 a.m. for the PA Lottery Eco Word Fact of the Month. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Welcome back, family. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Shell Galore in this hour, who is the owner and founder of Galore X Studio, a natural permanent makeup, medical tattooing, Botox injection services, and skilled training academy located in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I do want to share some comments our family sharing, and then I have a few more questions for you. Ms. Lily shares, wow, I wasn't aware of that at all. Norm McGowan shares, good evening, everyone. Beautiful young guest with a great future ahead of her. And Miss Lily, she follows up by sharing, indeed, Sister Shell is a phenomenal and talented young lady. Malcolm shares, you will definitely be blessed for providing this kind of life-changing help. And I love like Cheryl Hicks Lucas. She shares, good evening, beautiful. Do you do breast lifts too? Where are you located? And is it cash only versus insurance? Oh, good evening, family. I missed you. I love you too, boo. She shares, I love you. I love you too. I love you more.
Oh, that's great. So to answer some of those that came through, thank you everybody. I appreciate that. More love, right? The last one, so I'm not a surgeon, so I don't do breast
Mhm.
lifts, but I definitely do scars. So if you have scars from anything or stretch marks, I'm your girl to camouflage those.
Listen, well, it sounds like you are a surgeon, okay? Especially with the work that you just showed us. So I was reading that you left a corporate job.
Yes. Yes. My story is not traditional. Let me tell y'all, let me summarize it. So was it 4 years ago? 4 years ago, whenever I got in the industry, I just knew I'm a very big faith believer. So I walk by faith, not by sight. Okay. Let me
Mhm.
just put that there first. And I am the true definition of that because once I got into this industry, when I had my very first training, for me and my husband,
Mhm.
it was either pay our mortgage or spend $5,000 on this training for December.
Mhm.
And we have kids. So that year it was no Christmas because I was trying to sit over here and change the dynamic of our family's legacy.
Mhm.
Basically, so after that training, 2 months later, I left corporate. I did not tell my husband, y'all. I was just told God.
Mm.
Okay. Me and God was in this partnership. We're in this partnership together. And that was 2 months after that training. I haven't looked back since. It's been 4 years later. And I tell people you can't do entrepreneurship without God. I can't do what I'm doing without God. And
Mm-mm.
so it that's what I stand on.
Wow.
My business stands on principles and foundation. And I literally left corporate without a savings, without anything. Just full faith in my abilities and what I knew I could offer.
Wow.
Now,
Mhm.
when I was in corporate, I do tell people corporate is a good place to start for anybody because the
Mhm.
the area and legal and all that stuff that I used to work in, it prepared me to have the professionalism that I have now in my own practice. The way my foundations and my principles are set up, I got a lot of that stuff from learning those morals from whenever I worked in corporate to be able to actually make this successful and work for me.
Mhm. Mhm. I love it. Shell, we are related. I'm claiming you, okay? You're my cousin now. So Harry shares, okay, hey cuz. Harry shares, word, let's put our coins together to get Miss Galore to Philly to get her services. I know that's right.
So
I know that's
actually,
right.
speaking of that, so Nia, Dr. Imani,
Yeah.
she actually just let me know that I possibly have somewhere to tattoo in Philly to where I could come at any time to provide services. So that may actually happen. Y'all may see me
No,
again.
it is. No, Shell, we've claimed it already. That's
Okay.
going to happen. Yes, that's
Okay.
and Dr. Listen, Dr. Imani is our love light. She's our love bug. That's going to happen. Oh yeah, that's going to happen.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
her.
already done. It's already done. We love her too. It's
I
already done.
love
So
her.
we were talking about, well, I'd asked you about natural permanent makeup. And I did share with our family members that you do medical tattooing as well. What's the difference in the two?
So the permanent makeup is the brows and the lips.
Okay.
So I do the soft powder brows. And then I do the soft powder brows with the hair like strokes in the front and then the powder in the back. And then the lip neutralization that I told you guys about. So that falls underneath paramedical. I mean, that falls underneath permanent makeup. Now, the paramedical side, the medical tattooing, you have to be very skilled and educated to work on post-op scars and 3D areola realism. So those particular services fall within medical tattooing. Because you don't want to traumatize the scar. The scar is already traumatized, especially when you're talking about a hyperpigmented scar. Okay, so you're not going in, I'm not taking melanin out. You can't take melanin out of the skin. However, I can lighten it up through pigmented ink and a specialized technique to lighten it with sessions. Same with areola tattooing. People just can't go in, like a regular tattoo artist can't just go in and tattoo somebody that's had a post mastectomy. There's a lot of factors that come into place. Is the implant on top of the muscle or is it under the muscle? Things like this is something that we need to know, because if it's on top of the muscle, it is right there underneath that skin. And a lot of people don't know the skin layer, the epidermis layer is about as thin as a sheet of paper. So in all reality, we're tattooing right underneath that. So if your tattoo hurts to a certain extent, like they just went too deep, and it's just it's not necessary to go that deep to be able to get long lasting treated results. So this is why I say I focus on the integrity of the skin, because I am very well educated in the skin anatomy to be able to provide services that last, and my clients don't get numb. And you see their reviews, they're like, wait a minute, I'm not getting numb. And then they're like, oh, this is fine. Yes, it's not necessary to do so.
I did. I went to the site. I saw the reviews. I sure did. So for our family members who've not yet gone to the site, is there a repeat process? Like once you go for permanent makeup or either any of the services, is there a repeat process? Like,
so with the brows, yes. They typically come back for a touch up in about 7 to 9 weeks or 10 to 20 weeks. I consider it your perfection touch up. Because I do not oversaturate anybody's brows. And so this is why I tell people it's a 2-step process with me, because you don't know how you retain pigment and I don't either. So if I were to go in there and oversaturate your brows, that's it. It's too late. Like it's done. It's dark. You retain pigment. But if I go in there soft and you retain pigment, oh well, then you're good to go. I'll just do a little bit perfections and you're good. So I always say it's a 2-step process. Now with skin camouflaging, that is multiple sessions. Hyperpigmentation, though, I've been able to do it in about 2 or 3 sessions, which is amazing compared to when I first started. I was doing it in like 5, 6, 7 sessions, you know, being timid, not really knowing. But now I can do those in about 2 or 3 sessions. Areolas, I could do in 1, especially as for a surgeon office practice. But some people, like I said, some people just don't retain pigment that well. So they may need to see me again in like maybe 7 to 10 weeks. I'll go in there and perfect anything that faded, because I'm still protecting the integrity of skin. So I'm not, you know, going super deep in you guys' skin. So yes, I always say you'll have to come and see me again, but you guys don't mind seeing me multiple times. But
she knows.
For the best interest of the long lasting results, my first response, I'm always protecting the integrity of skin. Each case is different, so we'll handle it on a case by case.
So what does a visit entail? When I come to see you, Shell, and I say, well, say that I want to get my eyebrows done. I don't. Listen, I have enough. My dad.
You can still get them.
What?
You can still get them. I do people from alopecia to little to no brows to people who have complete full brows who just want
a unibrow. I don't think
a tail enhancement. They just want, you know, a get up and go. But let's talk about the brows. So when people book me, go to my website. My website is very detailed. It'll tell you what to do post-treatment, what to do after treatment, what to expect, pricing, and availability. Once you book, you get a confirmation email. Okay, once you get that confirmation email, it just reiterates what to do and what not to do post-treatment and pre-treatment. When you come in 48 hours before your appointment, you're going to get a reminder email. It's going to have you confirm your appointment, and it's going to have you sign your consent forms. I am very, very big on giving you guys receipts and copies of everything or anything that you sign with me in my practice, instead of having you come in and fill out paperwork and hand it to us and you never see it again. No. Everything you sign with me, your consent forms, you'll get a copy of that sent straight to your email. Your aftercare, again, is attached in there. So you receive the information about 3 or 4 times coming to my practice. So you're well informed of what to expect. You'll come into my practice. You'll be meted by my front desk. They will check you in, ask you if you have any questions, and then I'll take you on back. It's a pretty quick process, actually. I map your brows in say about 5-10 minutes, but I like to tell jokes because I think I'm funny. And then I let you see it. I always let my clients approve their brow shape. I tell them they have to like it, but I also have to like it too because my work is on your face, and your face is the first thing people see. The tattoo itself takes me about 20-25 minutes tops. The majority of that time you're numbing, and then you're good. You're gone. You're leaving a review, and I will see you again in about 7 to 9 weeks or 10 to 20 weeks, whichever one.
To do an areola tattoo takes about how long?
Nope. So that's brow. So the areola tattoo, whenever my clients come into my shop for areola tattooing, it's completely different than if I were to go into a surgeon's office or like at an expo. Like I'm back to back, right? So I'll talk to them in between treatment. But whenever my clients come to me in my shop, I honestly like to do one of them a day in my shop. One, I like to get content. Two, I like to talk to them about their journey. Like we sit down, like, hey, girl, let's have a conversation. How did you find out that how did you find out that you had cancer? How was that for you? Where are you now? I like to know where I stand in your journey. How big of a deal is this for you on a scale from 1 to 10? And then we get into treatment. And they don't have me crying, but usually we're in there crying a little bit. And then I start treatment. I say it takes about an hour and a half too, because we're in there talking. I don't like them to feel rushed. I make everybody feel extremely comfortable. So I'll say about 2 hours.
Wow. Family, you're hearing this, right? I know you are. I know you are. I know that you want to contribute to this conversation. For those of you who are unaware, you can do so by calling and dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free. Yes, you can. You can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. And of course, you can always feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We are talking in this hour with our love light, Shell Galore, who is the owner and founder of Galore X Studio, a natural permanent makeup, medical tattooing, Botox injection services, and skilled training academy located in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Family, I see that you've been commenting. I missed some of the comments. Cynthia, our love light, Cynthia Logan shares, walking by faith. Look at God. He gave you a gift and you are using it. Kudos. I love that. Our love light, Ms. Rosalind shares, she put goals down, she checked them off, and she fulfilled them. And that's why her dreams are successful. Willie, our beloved Willie Matthew Williams shares, I love it. Sometimes you just got to step out on faith. Yes. And Nina, hi there. Our love light Nina Washington. Hey, boo. She shares, where are you located? She is in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Yes, she is. You know, that's only like 3 hours, a 3-hour flight from Philly. Right? Yeah. And our love light, Miss Rosalind, she shares, you respect the temple, which you do. Just listening to you speak about your services, the things that you do, you can just hear it. You can just hear it in the explanations that you give. And I'm telling you, that's why we're all over here. That's why it's a love fest for Shell right now, because we can feel, your dedication and your intention. And that means a lot, because you're talking about this is sensitive, Yes. Like you said, the first thing you see of anyone is their face. That's sensitive. That's a whole lot of responsibility.
It is. I love
Girl,
it.
Yeah, I can tell.
I love it because people be nervous. They be like, oh my God, it's my face. And then we have to sit back and I'd be like, well, why did you book me? Like, what did you see about my work that was like, I'm about to sit over here and pay this lady all this money to do my brows?
Right.
And then they tell me, and I'm going to be like, just remember that. Because whenever I'm done with you, you're going to absolutely love them and feel like you should have came sooner.
How
They
about
always do, because they be like, I watched you for months or years and I finally
Mm.
came. And they wish they would have done it sooner because they look so natural now they just get up and go.
I love that. So you know what you just said, something that made me think. I know someone did ask about whether your services are covered by insurance. I don't know that I caught the response. Are they covered by insurance?
So my areolas can be reimbursed by insurance.
Okay.
And I do have the brows aren't covered by insurance. Insurance won't cover brows because it's cosmetic.
Cosmetic. Mhm.
It's not necessary. It's not a need in many cases. Some cases it is. Like I said, I've done some alopecia clients. But it's not a need. So no, they won't cover it. However, I have everybody covered. I have those who, if you choose to pay out of pocket, you can pay out of pocket. And then I have payment plans as well, as low as $50 a month, to where you can get treated by me, have your beautiful brows or have your stretch marks or scars done, areolas done, and you could pay over time. And you get to actually choose whatever monthly payments you want to do, which I actually love. You can find that on my page underneath payment plans. And ask you about 4 questions. There's no hard credit check. They don't ask for paper documentation or anything like that. They may just ask you to log into your bank account, which is common. I tell people they want to make sure that you have some type of income coming through before they sit over here and give you, hundreds of dollars. It's just another level of verification without having to send in bank statements and tax returns. They don't ask for any of that. And it's quick. As soon as we see the approval come through, we put you on our books. We send you a link. You could choose if you want to pay $60 a month, $80 a month, $100 a month. It's completely up to you. My customers have that option to choose their payment plan.
I love that. You hear that, Shell said, I am working it out for you, okay? Because I am providing this service that you want and need. Family, we're going to take a short commercial break, but we are talking with Shell Galore in this hour. For those of you who inquired about the website, I did put it on our socials, and I will put it again. Our love light, Miss Rosalind, asked, what is her name? I put that on there too, but I can do that again as well.
Yeah.
I sure did. I will put it again. But I sure did. I shared it on our socials. Stay with us, family, because we've got some more to talk about, okay? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are you wet shaving? You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops, I'm good with Gillette Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard Mama hates anyway?
Since 77, I shaved and got ingrown so bad.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturizer. So I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
The best a man can get keeps getting better with Gillette Skin Guard. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fishing and leave stress in our wake. Feel the wind as we ride and a fish on the line. Reel in our first catch and feel the sun at our backs. It's get out on the water season. It's time to get on board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly. Get on board. Get on board.
Hey there, this is Tech Life Steph, and I want you to join me for a special Philly Tech Week event hosted by Word Radio, Diverse Force, and P4 Hub. On Wednesday, May 8th, I'll be moderating a conversation called Artificial Intelligence, Black Realities. This panel and tech networking event are taking place from 6 to 9 p.m. at P4 Hub, 4537 Wayne Avenue, Suite 202 in Philadelphia. We'll examine the impact of AI on Black communities and explore what opportunities and challenges this technology presents. We'll focus on how AI can reinforce systemic racism, but also how AI literacy can empower us as a community. You do have to register for this event. Go to wordradio.com/techweek to reserve your free tickets. This event is a part of Philly Tech Week and brought to you by Comcast, Pico, and the Pennsylvania Lottery. Hope to see you there.
It's too black, which means it's too strong.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome back. Uh-oh, I'm pushing too many buttons at the same time. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Shell Galore. She's the owner and founder of Galore X Studio, located in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Tim, our love light, is joining us. Timothy Robinson. He shares, I have a question. Well, Tim, what is your question? What is your question? Shell, you were sharing with us that you did the research, when you decided that this is what you were going to do and you were focused. Two questions. This is a two-part question because you said, look, I leaned on faith. I walked out on faith. I stepped out on faith. I didn't even tell my husband that I quit my corporate job. I'm curious to know how you rectified that. I'm sure now he's happy, but that's one question. And two, I really want to know what kind of research you had to do. That had to have been an extensive process. So those two totally different questions, but two questions.
Wait. So, it's actually, actually, when I actually told him I had lost I left. I left my job. His job had layoffs that week.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. Are you? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You almost gave this man a coronary. Look, you.
So, well, no, I had left and I didn't tell him. And when he told me, that they had layoffs, and I was like, oh, well, I left my job like a few days ago. So, but he knows I always have a plan. We just leaned in on God, and I'm very big on, paying tithes too, even if it's our last. Like, I don't look at it like that. I give him what he gives, what he deserves, and what's his anyways. And so we just kept it moving, figuring it out. Like, I'm telling you, we just figured it out. We just figured it out, and he wasn't mad or anything. He was just like, okay, I told him my plan. This is what I'm doing. This is how much I'm charging for these brows. I just needed something to make me more than what I was making at corporate, because when you work for yourself, it's different. You start looking at stuff differently. Like, man, I was sitting over here giving this corporate job all this time, waiting for a check to come in 2 weeks. And when I get that check in 2 weeks, I have to make groceries, which those are expensive now.
What?
We have to do groceries. We have little kids too. You got daycare and school. Then we just have overhead and bills. And then I have to use this same check to put in my gas tank to get back and forth from work until the next time y'all decide to pay me. And I have to keep asking for days off. So it was hard for me in the very beginning when I very first started, before I left corporate, because I started off in lashes too. And I wasn't around when our little baby was 2 or 3. I was corporate, straight to the shop to do lashes. Corporate, straight to the shop to do lashes and 10. And I did this for about 6 months, 8 months, maybe 6. And I was working nonstop. And our little baby, I know he didn't even want mommy during that time period. And that hurt me, because he's like, no, mommy, I want daddy, because daddy was there with you. Mommy was gone trying to figure this situation out. And now, so when I tell people, I have the best schedule in the world, because I only work Tuesday and Wednesday, and I travel the other days. Our kids are in select ball, so we travel. Everything is about my boys. I miss nothing. I tell people I already sacrificed. I sacrificed to be able to be here today, to where we could travel with them. I could travel and see you guys. I could travel and tattoo you guys, because I have the freedom to do so. So that's how that went.
Shell, listen, Shell, I can't even get it out. I'm loving this conversation. That is nothing but God. I am so loving this conversation. And you know what? You know, I'm going to pray for continued blessings for you and your family because listen, there's not a lot of couples that could do that. There are, you said my husband said, okay, all right, we're just going to figure this out. We're going to do it. We're going to get it done. And all right. So what's the plan? So kudos to the both of you. Congrats to the both of you. I mean, God has truly blessed you all.
I had this. So I'm just being all vulnerable, telling you all my business, y'all. Y'all are like family, right? So, but I learned a long time ago to be transparent, and I have that humility, and it makes me feel absolutely no type of way because my situation, I know it inspires people because during that time, we had big bills, right? And so I was actually contemplating bankruptcy. And I said I wasn't going to do it. And so a lot of people don't know that because I'm still writing my book, Bankruptcy Over Getting It Out the Mud by Faith. And yeah, we was actually contemplating bankruptcy. And I was like, no, God's saying don't file bankruptcy. Like, work your way up out of that situation. And that's exactly what I did. So we worked ourselves up out of that debt. And we are here today, but we were able to not file bankruptcy, be here today, get out of debt. Our credit scores are where they need to be. Everything is great, all because of God. So we didn't want to do that because we knew that bankruptcy was going to stay on us, and be able to, stop us from things that we wanted to be able to do now. Because I have a storefront now, and yeah, that's the route. That's the route we went. But a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, we almost faced bankruptcy, but God, we was like, no, we're not going to do it. But we looked into it.
No, listen, I overstand. I overstand. I'm hearing you. I'm feeling you. I can identify. I can relate. Look, I mean, but we're cousins, so we're talking.
Right.
That's all we're doing. We're just talking.
Right.
For those of you, family, who did not hear the website is GaloreXstudio.com. That is GaloreXstudio.com. We're talking with Shell Galore. She is talking with us. We're talking about life, y'all. We're talking about love because this is respecting your temple. This is what we're talking about. This you are helping to make other people's dreams come to fruition, and we are saluting you and celebrating you and your efforts to do so. Now, I really, really quickly, if you can, in 2 minutes, can you tell me what kind of additional research or studying did you have to do? Because quite honestly, this just sounds like a God-given talent.
Yeah.
But what
So I basically I just had a goal, and I got like science books and like stuff that you would probably get like while you're in college or something. I just try to do my own self studies about the skin, integrity of the skin, the layers of the skin, the depth of the skin, and then tattoo implantation, hyperpigmentation. What exactly is it? How it was formed post treatments. For everybody, because everybody gets hyperpigmentation. It's just a little bit more noticeable for women of color or people of color. And then putting in my own skin color theory. Color theory is huge when it comes to this hyperpigmentation because I've tried it all. Like when I was doing those case studies on people, I've tried it all. So color theory is very big. That's why I'm able to use pigments to go in there and lighten the area. And two, I did my research on aftercare. That is also a big key for my successful results. I have this amazing product that is actually dermatologist recommended, and it is amazing to use post my treatment. And this is actually something that I've had to learn along the way, that aftercare is big in those long lasting results. So the combination of the two is why I'm able to get these amazing results like I do now.
I'm going to say it again. We are talking with a real life angel. Her name is Shell Galore. She is the owner and founder of Galore X Studio, located in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Shell, just thank you so much, so much, so much, so much. You've lifted my spirits. You truly have. because
Thank y'all for having me.
you heard me when you came on. I said, look, I was about to go off the deep end. I was talking about stuff going on in the world, but your light is so bright, it's so vibrant. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you for all that you're doing. But we hope that you'll come back and talk with us. And listen, we can't wait for this book. Okay, we can listen. We are ready for the book.
No.
You
I know. I'm just
Well,
trying to
listen,
figure out
whenever you write it, we'll be here.
Right. Was good. But yeah, I thank y'all so much for having me. I know they invited me back to next year's Cancer Wellness Foundation Expo. So maybe we could do this again whenever I'm closer to town. Or if it's a lot of people from Philly who want services by me, maybe they can send us an email.
I love it.
And if we have a lot of you guys, I can hit up Nia and see,
Listen,
first of all,
Dr. Imani, Nia Imani is our love light. So we will be talking to her. Okay. She was here earlier. She popped into the room earlier. So we will be talking with her. She is our love bug. We just love her to pieces. You hear me?
I love her too. She's amazing. I feel like I've known her forever and I haven't.
The same with you. That's what I'm saying. Family, don't we? We're like, oh, hey, Shell. So listen, we know that we're going to see you again. We know that we're going to talk with you again. Family, if you did not get any of the information, Ms. Roslyn, I'm going to have to type it personally on Facebook. It wouldn't let me from here, so I will make sure you get the website. I promise you that. But right now, family, thank you, Shell. Family, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. I just pray that you pray for someone who does not yet know God. I pray that you pray for your loved ones, for your enemies, and for those who are in need. Just thank you so much, Shell, for sharing your time, your energy, your space, your attention, your intentions, and your spirit. Sending extra love. Happy birthday once again to all of our love lights who are celebrating. Family, we're all in this together. Be good to you, but please be good to those around you. Be careful and be kind. I remembered. God loves you, and so do I. Have a great rest of your night. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night.
The WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest